Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. Today's July 7th, 2024. I have an update for you guys. I am seeing something, and I want to just get this out here and share this with you. I was looking at this hurricane, and it seems to be going a little more towards the north. It's no longer going to be a direct hit, it seems, on Corpus Christi. It's going more towards the north. But the other thing about this is this cone is going to be going up, and it's going to be following the path of the last eclipse, the April 8th Great American Eclipse that came here. Okay. And so as we were watching this hurricane, it was coming in across Yucatan, Mexico, and Corpus Christi, just as the October 14th eclipse path was. But now it has grabbed this line, and it's going to be following up towards Illinois and where the Great American Eclipse was here in Indiana. And the intersection of the eclipse here from April 8th and the eclipse from August of 2017 that went across, and it's in this area. And so I got into searching a few things, and I saw something I want to share with you guys today. Okay, so as we look at Hurricane Beryl, now what I'm going to be sharing with you, I'm going to be tying everything together that we have been watching. It's all coming together with all of the details. All of the things that we've been watching are going to be coming to a head at one specific time, I think. And so what I'm sharing with you today is this hurricane, as it's coming up along this path, is making this connection from this eclipse to this eclipse, and then we have this marker here where the two eclipses intersected, and this Beryl hurricane is going to be heading up this way. Now, we've been watching the sign of the Revelation 12 sign in the revelation of Jupiter as the man-child. Then we were watching the great conjunction, Saturn devouring Jupiter the man-child. We have the 1260 days that brought us to the Devils Comet closest to Earth on June 2nd. And then we were watching a delay of 21 days that brought us to June 23rd. Now, as we were watching June 23rd, then we were watching all of the information about the abomination, the beginning of the vaccine, the 1290 days from the abomination being set up, bringing us to June 20th, June 23rd, June 26th, July 1st. As we were watching July 1st, could have been June 30th, July 1st. This was the exact day that comet, that Hurricane Beryl formed, June 30th. Okay, and this connects us to the birth eclipse. This connects us to the 9 months, right where we are now. And the connection to the birthing event, Corpus Christi, this water event. Okay, so we're waiting for a water event. Well, this is going to be a water event. This event right here, this hurricane, and whether it hits Texas, whether it hits Texas as a hurricane or a tropical storm, this system is going to be bringing great water, great flooding into this whole area over the United States. Okay, so this is a water event, and we're right now at the 9 months. This is also connected to the 9 months from the beginning of the war. So we are at a very critical time, any way you want to look at it. Okay, so we were watching the possibility of this midnight event happening over Corpus Christi, and as this hurricane is taking a more northerly route, I am seeing something just a few days away heading up this way as Hurricane Beryl heads north. Okay, the other things that we are seeing that are still in play is the biblical sign of the wedding. Right now, the sun in Gemini with the moon, the new moon that's up here now, but this is going to be the new moon of the 4th month. We have at this time this wedding ring in the heavens that's being created. That's a huge detail as well. The law of return. Okay, there's so many things that we were watching, right? The law of return, July 5th, 1950, connected to Asteroid Barrel is also not only a hurricane, but there's an asteroid in our wedding sign with the name of Beryl. And then we've got this midnight arrival to the coast of Texas, and we had the noon sun darkened over Corpus Christi. Okay, all of this is confirmation that we are on the right track. There's too many things that we're looking at to say this is all nothing. Okay, this is going to be something, and we're going to continue. Now, if you recall the wise men when they left the Middle East and had to travel, whether it be 4 to 5 months or 9 months or a year, they were traveling, and there were ups and downs and turns and all kinds of information that they had to get. They had to inquire. They had to go through many tests and many trials and many signs as they were trying to understand and follow a star to find the birth event. Okay, we are trying to find a birth event, and we are like the wise men that are following the signs, searching out the heavens, searching out the scriptures, trying to put all of these pieces together until we one day, very soon, arrive at the manger, and we can finally bring all of our gifts to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords and worship the Messiah. And we can come and worship the Messiah, and we can be in the presence of the Messiah as we're waiting for and searching for this birth event. So this is just, this is just my way of saying this is not easy. Okay, there's all this huge interwoven groupings of signs and all of the things that we are trying to put together and search. Okay, it's not easy. So I'm not trying to make any excuses. I'm not trying to say, oh, I should have seen this or I should have done that. There's certain things that you can only see once it happens, okay? And so we have to wait, we have to search, we have to hope, we have to see, we have to try to understand. Now, what I don't want to do is I don't want to move too far ahead and say, okay, here's a sign that I'm overlooking, and it could be today, it could be tomorrow, and move too far ahead and then end up missing. Okay, I don't want to end up missing the big day or the big moment or the big sign. And so I'm trying to piece all of these things together, and this is my calling personally, and a lot of people don't necessarily agree or understand with what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do or why I'm doing it. But all I can say is I have a mission from God, and I am on a mission to find the sign of his coming revealed. This is what God gave to me 12 years ago, December 12th, 2012, a sign in the sun, and God gave me a message and said, this is the sign of his coming revealed. That is why I end every video I share with you, because one day God gave me a vision, and God gave me a sign, and God gave me a message, the sign of his coming revealed. And so that is why I end my videos, every video. This is Steve Fletcher, a trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed. Other people say, well, who's my people? Why do you say you're a trumpet for my people? You're not my people. I'm not your people. What does that mean? Well, a trumpet for my people, God's people. God said you will be a trumpet for my people. You are a trumpet for my people. And you are the sign of my coming revealed. Okay, and so God gave me this as a title of my ministry, as the title of the message that He gave to me, a trumpet for my people, and the sign of His coming revealed. Okay, so who is my people? Well, it's God's people. God's people are my people. A trumpet for my people, a trumpet for the people of God, and a sign of His coming revealed. Well, all of this is coming together, and we have just a few more days to watch in this specific watch time. All of these signs are going to be coming to a maximum head, and there's going to be an expiration date on all of this very soon, but we have to continue. Okay, so if today is not the day as we were hoping, and we're still waiting on the new moon of Israel. Maybe it's been seen already. Maybe it's going to be in the next couple hours. It should be in the next couple hours. Today's the 30th day. So today is the day of the new moon of the 4th month. So that's one thing we're waiting for. And then we were also waiting for the arrival of this hurricane into Corpus Christi. But as we see this hurricane heading more north, maybe not going directly over Corpus Christi, but getting the path of the April 8th eclipse and heading northwards. Okay, so now what I saw is just a few days away, and it takes us up here into this area where the storm is going to be over, where the first and the last eclipse is crossed, Little Egypt, and the New Madrid fault line, and it's around this timing that I am going to be watching, that I'm watching. Okay, now, could it be today? Hopefully. I really hope it could be today. Maybe we can still be out of here and this message is not even necessary, but I see something so important that I just want to get it out to you. Okay. We also saw some details with the asteroid Beryl, which was found on the Feast of Trumpets, Tishri 1, 19th September 1963, the Feast of Trumpets, and now Asteroid Barrel, which was found on the Feast of Trumpets, is in our wedding sign today. Okay, this is the wedding sign, just as Brother T.W. Tram shared with us biblical signs in the heavens of the wedding, the new moon of the 4th month in Gemini. Now, I had shared with you that Joseph was born, okay, on the 1st of Tammuz, and that he died on the 1st of Tammuz. All right? Well, we're watching this sign, which is the new moon of Tammuz, the 1st of Tammuz, and we're watching the birthday of Joseph, and we're also watching this hurricane, which is Beryl. Okay, now here's an amazing detail someone sent to me. Beryl is a green-gray stone, and it was likened up the color of the sea. The Hebrew word for beryl is shosham. It is believed that this gemstone represented the tribe of Joseph. There are many different types of beryl. Emerald and aquamarine are just a few, but this gemstone is representative of the tribe of Joseph. Well, I just said to you that Joseph was born on the 1st day of Tammuz. As we are watching, this represents the tribe of Joseph. This was a detail someone sent to me and said, hey, this is a good detail. You should probably add this into your information. And I said, yes, thank you. I will do that. Okay, the other thing is that Tammuz on the Hebrew calendar is the beginning of summer, because the 3 months of Tammuz, Av, and Elul are representative of the summer. So Tammuz is the beginning of summer. Just as it says, when you see all of these things happening, you know that summer is nigh. All right, now I want to make some connections here back to what I had showed you, that we were watching the Devils Comet, and that it was closest to Earth on June 2nd. Okay? Well, I went back and did some looking at at this Pons Brook comet that was found in 1812, and it was found on July 12th. Well, we're only 5 days away from the anniversary of this founding of this comet, and so I wanted to look into this. This is really interesting that July 12th, okay, and we're at July 7th. We're only 5 days away from the anniversary of the founding of the Devils Comet. Okay, now if you go to July 12th from the beginning of the war, it's 280 days, which is exactly 40 weeks, a perfect and complete full pregnancy. And the birth could happen here on July 12th. Now we are waiting for the new moon of the 4th month, July 7th. That means that July 12th is the 5th day of Tammuz. Okay? This is showing July 11th, but between July 11th and July 12th, maybe from July 12th to July 13th, there's always a window we have to watch and consider, but this is the 5th day of Tammuz. Now listen, this is the day that Ezekiel had his vision of the wheel within a wheel, and the color of the wheels was beryl. Okay, this is huge. This is a huge piece of information because it's the exact day of the vision of Ezekiel. So 5 Tammuz, between July 11th and July 12th, is Ezekiel's vision of the chariot. Now if we go to the scripture here, I'll show you that in Ezekiel chapter 1, we're going to see the connection to the day, we're going to see a connection to a storm, and we're going to see a connection to the color beryl, and there's more that we're going to see. Now it came to pass in the 30th year in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Kebar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God. Oh God, please let this be the day the heavens are opened. In the 4th month, on the 5th day of the month. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof is the color of amber out of the midst of the fire. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl. And they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Okay, the wheel in the middle of a wheel with the color of beryl, the 5th day of the 4th month, and it came through a whirlwind. The word for whirlwind, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind wind was coming out of the north. Whirlwind is a storm, a tempest, a whirlwind. The first time it's used is in 2 Kings 2:1 when Elijah was taken up into heaven in a whirlwind. So when it says whirlwind, it says it's actually a storm. It's a storm. It's the same word that is used when Elijah got raptured, a whirlwind. Okay, so Ezekiel had this vision in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, July 11th, July 12th, the day of Ezekiel's vision. He saw a storm. He saw wheels with the color of beryl. And right now we are watching Storm Beryl, and it's connecting us with this day in the book of Ezekiel, in the vision of Ezekiel. The next piece of information, and this blew me away, and as soon as I saw this piece of information, I'm like, I can't wait to share this. I got to share this now, because this has got to be a huge piece of the puzzle. Right here is what we're watching. Okay, so July 12th, 1812. On July 12th, 2024, it's the 212th anniversary of the founding of the Devils Comet. 212. 212 is the number of a wheel. It's the number of a wheel. Okay, so we're watching the Devil's Comet. We're seeing that this vision is connecting us to the full birth from the beginning of the war, 40 weeks exactly to the day. It's connected to the 5th day of Tammuz. This is the vision of Ezekiel on the 5th day of the 4th month. A storm with the color of beryl, a wheel within a wheel. And we go to the anniversary of this and we look up the number 212, and it's a wheel that connects us right back to the same exact thing of the vision of Ezekiel. And if we go here to Ezekiel 1:16, it says the appearance of the wheels and their workings was like the color of beryl. And so we have number 212 is within this passage as confirmation to us. I mean, this blew me away. This 212 right here, and we're watching a storm that is coming right now. Okay, it's going to be hitting the coast. It's going to be going north of Corpus Christi. That to me seems like, okay, this is not yet the time because it's not a direct hit. If it was the time, it would have been a direct hit on Corpus Christi. But no, everything's been shifting north. And so the sign, I think, is where these two eclipses crossed. The last eclipse came up this way. The first eclipse came this way. They both crossed at the New Madrid. They both crossed in Little Egypt. And now Beryl is taking us right there. Okay? The connection to all of the eclipses is Hurricane Beryl is coming right here and right here. And now as it's up in this area, July 10th, July 11th, July 12th, I think that we're going to see our water event and quite possibly the rapture of the church. Now, remember 7/11, never forget 7/11, okay? Now, Donald Trump not only changed 9/11 to 7/11, but his judgment or his sentencing that they were going to be doing was going to be on 7/11, and then they moved it back to September. So there's, once again, 7/11 has been changed by Donald Trump. Well, anyway, everything we're watching here, okay, is connecting us to that too. So don't discard this as something that's not possible, okay? I'm not grasping at straws here. I'm not inventing things. I am watching the signs. Now, here is some information. I'm going to put all of this together for you, and I'm going to walk you through it, explain it. If we go from all of our signs in 2020 that culminated with the great conjunction of Saturn wanting to devour the man-child on December 21st, and we go forward the 1260 days, it brings us to the Devil Comet closest to Earth. We were watching a possible 21 delay that was bringing us to June 23rd, June 26th, and that led us into the arrival of the Hurricane Beryl, and all of this connecting us to the previous eclipse, the beginning of the war, the 9-month birth pangs. All of this is connecting us to where we are now, June 30th through July 6th, July 7th. But if we go forward, instead of going forward 21 days, we go forward 40 days from June 2nd, brings us to July 12th. So we have the 1260 days from the Great Conjunction to June 2nd, the Devil Comet closest to Earth. From there, that's a 40-day warning to July 12th. This is also shown within the founding of this comet, that we're coming to the founding date of the comet, the discovery date, July 12th of 1812, 40 days. And if you add 1,260 days and 40 days, you get 1,300 days. So from December 21st, 2020 to July 12th, 2024, it's 1,300 days. Now, July 12th, 2024 is 40 days from the Devil Comet closest to Earth, which happened at day 1,260. And it's 1,300 days from the Great Conjunction. So if you take the biblical number of 1,260 and you add a final warning period of 40 days, you get 1,300 days. And what is 1,300 in the Strong's Concordance? It's lightning, Barak. 1,260 plus 40 is Barak, lightning. Let us not forget that lightning is not only one-sided. It's not only a one-sided event. It's not just about Satan, right? It's not just about Satan coming to earth, falling to earth like lightning from heaven. But Luke 17:24 also says, "For as the lightning that lighteth out of one part of the heavens shineth unto the other part of the heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day." And so you have this dual understanding of lightning. It's the falling of Satan, but it's also the coming of the Son of Man. It's the return of Jesus Christ. And so we have both sides of the coin here, and 1,260 days plus 40 days gives us 1,300 days, and 13 is the value of lightning. Now, all of this will culminate on July 12th, as this hurricane is going to be coming up towards the New Madrid fault line and the intersection of the two great American eclipses, really tying all three eclipses together. And we have our 9-month perfection, 40 weeks, 280 days from the beginning of the war in Israel to the day, July 12th, 2024. So this really, when I saw that 212 was a wheel and it connected everything together, everything we are watching, from the Great Conjunction, the Devil Comet, the Abomination, Hurricane Beryl, the great American eclipses, the wedding sign, this sign in the heavens, the law of return, the Beryl asteroid, being in our wedding sign. And now we have the connection to the day, to the vision of Ezekiel in the 4th month, on the 5th day of the month. There was a great storm with the color of Beryl, a wheel in the middle of a wheel, the 212th anniversary of the Devil Comet on July 12th, 2024. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. This is not an easy job. This is not an easy time. There's no way I could even consider right now that this could go on any longer. I know that we've already talked about August, and things could go on to August, but I don't think we're going to go anywhere past August. I don't think there's any way even possible to go past August. But I see other things that we're watching now. I see what I'm sharing with you today about July 12th. Okay, and I'm going to continue watching all of the signs, and I'm going to give you things from my perspective. I'm going to be faithful to what God has called me to do. I'm not going to worry about what other people are saying or what other people are trying to show. I'm going to be faithful to what I see. That's all I can do. Take it or leave it, for those that don't understand it or are tired of it. I know there's a lot of people that have given up watching. They just said, "Well, I'm tired. I can't go on." That's totally understandable. I mean, I don't think it's right. We need to have faith. We need to continue. We need to persevere until he comes. We need to stay. We need to stay in the race. Okay, we need to stay in the race. I mean, the last thing we want is that when when Jesus comes, is that we're not running anymore. So we got to stay running. We got to stay in the race. And the way to do that is just to continue. It's not easy. Ask God for new strength. Ask God for a new sign. We all are getting signs. God is speaking to his body around the world. It's an amazing time we are living in. I mean, so many people send information in through comments, through emails. I mean, all of this is not about me. This is not about just Steve Fletcher. I mean, there's so many people involved in getting information. The comments are amazing. The emails are amazing. This piece of information today that was sent to me about the color Beryl is from the tribe of Joseph. I mean, I didn't know that, and I shared with you yesterday about Joseph being born on the 1st of Tammuz. Well, this is the month of Beryl then, and this seems to be a connection to everything else. So all of this information, thank you for your time, and please continue to comment. Please continue to email me. I'll leave my email again in my description box, and we're going to see this thing through. As I said, I'm here until he comes, and I'm going to continue watching. And I think that's one thing you guys are going to be able to count on, that I will be here. I'm not going away. There's nothing that's going to get me away from this. I mean, if I would have left this, it would have been a long time ago, because this is not easy. So I hope you guys are understanding everything that I'm sharing with you. I pray you are blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.